do like so. I suppose after that point you could go back and save Marina with anybody, couldn't you? Unless the back door closes, which it might. Oh, that bugs me so much. What are you, 5? Of course we are, because we're the hero. Only you, Ashley Winchester. Yes, Kana's plan is actually very sublime if you think about it, because Kana knows about certain things. However, this part is pretty cool. Basically, Vincent is... not Vincent. Vincent is musing on the existence of an Overknight blazer. I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry. And this is supposed to be a highly emotional and a really cool battle. And I think it is. Ashley busts in with his solid gold armor. That line right there is very important because it's got kind of a double meaning. That power is the ominous power that steals important things. There's pretty much no way you can lose this battle at all. Kana has 17,000 HP, not experience. He gives 7,500 experience in Gela. The most troublesome thing he can do against you is what he just did, which is to give you several status effects with the Gate of Isolde. His most damaging move is 4D Hypo Blast, which only hits for about 500. Basically, if you start to get in trouble and use a War Respite on yourself, you should have a couple. I don't recommend using a lucky card. I mean, you can if you want to. But really, since Ashley's the only one in battle, I feel the effect is mostly wasted. So, let's talk a bit about the abilities. Ooh, yes. You notice that Hot Fencer now is different. Instead of one long laser beam sword, it's two short laser beam swords that he dual wields. It does a little more damage now. Other than that, it's mostly the same. Gunblaze is very powerful. It does super high fire elemental damage and is very, very, very useful in battles where enemies are weak to fire. In fact, you can actually probably almost take off a boss, like several of the bonus bosses. You can almost take off like a third of their HP in one shot with that move. It's pretty neat, actually. Banisher is the same. It shoots out a huge amount of energy and reverts Ashley. Last burst. Sorry, I'm having a bit of trouble talking today, it seems. Last burst is a final burst of living energy. It not only reverts Ashley, but it takes him down to 1 HP. So you better be dang sure that last burst is going to kill whatever you shoot it with. Between you and me, I'd much prefer the Black Lord, well, the Black Knight Blazer, not Lord Blazer, but I prefer the Black Knight Blazer to the Gold Lord. Blech. I'm totally not able to talk today. But overall, Kana is a pathetically easy boss to defeat. And what is he talking about? Well, he, she, it, Kana, because remember, Kana is a woman in the American version. It's very sad music. I think this right here is probably the most sad thing in the world, because Kana really did get some ice cold revenge here. If he had just killed Marina, eventually Ashley might have gotten over it, you know, because losing someone you love is something that never goes away. But it's something that you learn to live with. To have that person alive and actively denying your existence the way she is here. To hate you when you love them so much every single day, knowing they're right there but you can never be with them. That qualifies as a fate worse than death. I mean, here Ashley is on his knees, and Marina will not talk to him. Kana did the one thing that would literally break Ashley's very sense of self. Now, of course, at the same time, Marina is having second thoughts about the whole thing. I mean, she honestly just doesn't know what to do about the situation. She found out in the middle of an extremely stressful situation where her life was threatened, that the man, just by the way, the man you love can turn into an incarnation of the demon that almost destroyed the world thousands of years ago. Does anybody else think that telescope there looks like a gigantic revolver? Because I totally think it looks like a gigantic revolver. Huge thermonuclear mass. Uh-oh. Almost forgot about that, didn't you? The nuclear weapon is back. It's coming to Felgaia to say hello. Vincefeld's last fuck you to the world. An act of such pettiness. Oh my gosh. I'm a believer that in our bones, humanity is good. But I'm also a believer that we're also incredibly petty. So one day I do see something like this happening. It's like something that like happened to the Slayhem Nation. You get some just terrible dictator beaten back by rebels, and then he does something like ignite the atmosphere with a nuclear bomb or something, just because if he can't be in charge, well then, by God, you're all gonna die. I like how the King of Maribule calls him Double G. So basically the plan is that the nuclear dragon Grosween can't explode as soon as it lands. It needs to absorb energy to be able to explode. So we're going to set up a tasty, tasty snack. I called Irvin Vincent earlier, didn't I? If you saw that, I'm sorry. So basically, to atone for giving Odessa the nuclear weapon in the first place, Gil-galad is going to make his country a worm on the end of a hook. Very good then. I wonder what they do with all this extra power. I mean, they're linking all this. I mean, the power's got to go somewhere, doesn't it? Well, I guess they just leave it there dangling to... Oh, yawn. Oh. Beautifully simple plan. The fury, the rage. Alright. AFK 1 sec. Alright. Here we are once again. Getting ready to fight a boss. Let's see. Lost my spot here. There he is. Alright. The nuclear dragon Grosween, which is we're going to face now. So, I've already made my preparations. And just so you know what those preparations are, it pretty much just consisted of me putting the blue anklet on Ashley. Why? Well, you'll see why. I mean, It's not like Ashley's gonna fight alone or anything. Against our enemy, the nuclear dragon Grosween. Grosween is a decently hard boss now. He can seriously screw you up. He has 2 attacks that are of serious consequence. Nuclear Sphere, which does about 1,700 points of damage to everyone in your party, which, as you well know, is quite a bit of HP to be taking away at one time. And his second ability of consequence is, while less damaging, much more dangerous. Meltdown does about 800 points of damage, but can cause poison and paralysis. And there's Ashley, by the way, feeling useless. Meltdown is what you seriously need to watch out for. If someone gets paralyzed, stop what you're doing and immediately make it better. Alright, so let's lock on. Oh wait, no, I need to switch. Let's see. Belly. The Belly has 8,000 HP and gives 5,000 experience. The Groswin himself has 8,000 HP and gives 10,000 experience. So, let's pickpocket the belt. He is not weak to anything as far as I know.